Okay, I hope this is it. I just basically rushed through a bunch of quests for Lambda, and I think hopefully this should be it for the actual. No, maybe not. Never mind. Really? Give me a hand. Sorry. I'm legitimately just skipping through these because I have... Wait. Oh, learning from Lambda is the pre-quest, isn't it? Got it.
There's been a change in colony relations.
Okay, learning from Lambda done. Oh, look, a lot of people just died. Okay, now I'm motivated. I was about to say, like, maybe I should just end the recording here, but no, I'm here. Let's do this. Well, that's not people, it's animals? Maybe that's
Ah! What the spark's all this?
What are these monsters doing here?
What's going on?
Why, little Junebug? You're late.
Oh, we're gonna jump right into this. Okay, you brought Beast to do your oh my goodness, where is everyone, actually?
Console.
And everyone.
You know I can't abide tardiness. Too much fun and games, is it? Ha! Life is not a bed of roses, my dear. You must be aware of that, surely.
What are you after?
My. Why so sour, my little Uro berries? I haven't the slightest inclination to involve myself in a fracas with you.
Oh yeah? Then what are you doing here?
Dear, I am positively quaking in my boots. I am here to see my little Junebug, nothing more.
And you expect us to believe that?
You may set your hearts aflutter with whatever feelings you desire, for all I care. If I must confide in you a detail, I would like you to know that it was I who dealt those monsters a swift demise.
Okay. I obviously don't trust you, but obviously councils, like, do whatever the fuck they feel like, right?
You? I can confirm that. If it weren't for the console, we might not even be standing here. Spark. If only I hadn't screwed up.
You're injured.
Yeah, my fault. I got cocky. Monsters got a free swipe in.
You may find it hard to believe, but I'm quite the assiduous type. I've been keeping a close watch on my fruitlings. But now that little Junebug has returned, there is yet more work to be done.
You're not angry about the flame clock?
Angry? You were the ones who broke it. You aren't going to apologize, are you? Besides, I've been aware of the circumstances for a while now. It has to be said, it's a delicate topic.
Delicate?
Yes, delicate. Do your ears need rinsing, Poppet?
She's very rude for someone who's claiming to be helpful.
I don't know if you're aware, but the people of Tau themselves chose to break the clock. It's hardly my place to complain. I happen to be quite the individualist. Don't you know?
You're not making a lick of sense.
She is, it's just very counterintuitive to the typical Mobius MO.
Now, Junebug, be a sweet pea and go on ahead, will you?
Don't worry. I'll be fine. Noah, we're just letting Juniper go?
Juniper said not to worry, so let's not worry.
That's the spirit. Perhaps you and I will be able to see eye to eye after all. Oh, one thing. I have a job for you, Uro Berries, if you would be so kind.
A job? For us?
For you, I'd like you to procure some twine turf. For me.
It's hard to not see this as feeling like she's setting up a trap.
Yeah? What are you using it for?
Someone's got to remove those nuisances for new life to settle in. But preparations will need to be in place if we are to dispose of them, which is where the twine turf comes in.
Twine turf. I think I saw some of that in Yellow Grove.
Well, look at that. How fortuitous. That's a mere stone's throw from here.
Well, it's not far. That's true.
See? It wouldn't kill you to fetch some.
Well, we could also just send some of us. Though splitting up's not always the best idea.
I know what you're thinking. But these things really are going to be a problem for us otherwise, so we'd really appreciate the help.
No, I understand. Let's go then.
Interesting. Interesting.
Hey, here's what we needed. Ah, I'm so glad we found it.
Okay, this was out of the way.
You think this'll do?
Don't see why not.
I wonder how the console's going to use this stuff to get rid of the monsters.
I haven't a clue.
Everyone!
Oh no.
Juniper, are you alright?
Yes, and the colony is unharmed, thank goodness.
You run up, you're like, everyone, and you're like all panicked, and it's like, no, everything's fine.
Hey, Juniper, has your console always been like that?
The console? I don't really recall.
You said she pretty much left you to it, right?
That's correct. The console rarely ever visits us. We've met a couple of times, but I barely have any recollection of us talking.
So why on Ionios would she start involving herself now?
I say we get this job done and then we give her a piece of our mind.
I mean, I don't really sense any hostility from it. Maybe it's fine.
But you have to admit, she's got a way of getting on your nerves, right?
Still, she is a consul. If we underestimate her, we'll no doubt be in for a world of pain.
Noted. But even if we do have to fight, it'd have to be outside of the colony.
Yeah. We don't know what she might be planning to do with the people of Colony Tau.
We should try to head back soon.
True. I mean, her words seemed logical enough, but her tone seems inconsistent with what she was saying, I suppose. Then again, not like we were
I'll
helping
report
that.
into the console.
Is that enough for you?
Wonderful, my dear Uroberries. Quite the speedy little workers, aren't you?
So, how are you going to use the stuff?
We're going to make it into a pulp and throw it into a bonfire. I hear it has the most fragrant aroma. No doubt the creatures will be drawn straight to it.
The creatures?
A little assistance wouldn't go amiss. You.
I thought you were doing... Are you trying to get rid of the monsters in general, or the monsters... or like the corpses that were still?
Huh? Yes.
What a farce.
They're drawn to the scent, are they?
What is it, Tyon? You picked up on something?
Not exactly.
Oh, what is this? Oh, I do so hate the forest. What with all the bugs?
Right. Well, they do say that bugs hate smoke.
You know the type of insect I hate the most? The creepy, crawly kind. Oh, ghastly things. How about you?
She's like so weirdly sociable, like just like talking, chatting with them, just having a normal conversation, and everyone around her is just like on their toes, like, yeah, Council, or yeah, Mobius, and she's like not helping because she's sort of like has that like Karen style attitude to how she says everything.
Me? I've seen them all before. Can't say they bother me.
Oh,
Then you must die.
such a tedious little corner of Ionios. Nothing much ever happens around here, does it?
No, not really. I'm kind of used to it by now, though.
Well, of course you would be. State the obvious. Why don't you?
She's like the worst. Oh my goodness, Thanksgiving's coming up. She is like the grandmother you really don't want at Thanksgiving.
Oh, right. Sorry, ma'am.
Now throw in the plants I gave you, and we should be all set for the preparatory phase.
Shouldn't we do this outside the colony?
Where are you going, ma'am?
Oh, you know, I thought I might witness a little of that Ouroberry magic for myself. The smoke rising from the bonfire acts like a signal flare to indicate the start of battle.
Yeah? What's that got to do with... Crap! They're back! Again! What?
Looks like you've got your work cut out for you. Oh, yes. You had better live your lives to their very fullest.
What?
What? These monsters!
Okay, I mean, she said it would draw the monsters. Are we just like not paying attention to what she said?
Don't ask me! They just showed up out of the blue and started heading this way!
These monsters aren't from the forest. Why would they have come in so far?
I have my hunches.
No point guessing right now. Let's send these guys packing.
Is she just trying to create an excuse to do... I don't know. Seems like she could have just sent the monsters after us if she didn't need an excuse to do it, if that was her thing.
They're set up for a 4 to 11.
Okay, that wasn't anything special.
Ah! There's no end to him.
The appropriate tactic in this situation is fight first, whine later, mate.
Yeah, I know, man. Makes me feel better, though.
My dear, sweet little Junebug. I'll tell you what I'm trying to accomplish here. I want to see Colony Tau performing to the very best of their ability.
What?
I want them to wallow in regret, to agonize, tremble, suffer, writhe, convulse, and then die. You see, the look on their faces at that moment is the most delectable thing in the world to me.
Why not? Why not just send the monsters after us then? Why go through that whole rigmarole?
Consort, I don't understand.
All that you are, distilled at the cusp of death to a perfect fraction of unbearable humiliation. However, teetering there on the edge of oblivion is also the moment in which you shine the brightest. The terror of death flickering in your minds, fighting madly in the hope that you still might live. A newborn babe could never hope to match that expression of horror. Only the march of time can crystallize those grimaces of wrath and agony. Aged to perfection, like a fine wine.
They're coming our way, too. Huh, never a dull moment around here.
Come now, Junebug. Chin up. I want to see you at the peak of your brilliance. I can't savor your emotions if you don't ripen to your fullest now, can I?
Okay, well, that's a lot of fun. More and more and more and more and more. Let's just keep going then, I guess.
Couldn't keep them in check. Gonna knock you into next week.
Sparks! They got Roland. Somebody go and help the poor soul.
Oh my goodness. You guys stand back.
Are we snuffed then? Is this it for us?
Stay calm. There's still a glimmer of hope. There aren't as many monsters as before. It's doable. Keep pushing them back.
We'll try.
Uro berries are a force to be reckoned with, aren't they? I hadn't factored them in, but I did get a taste of fear and despair. And for that, I'm truly grateful. You must have felt such sweet relief when they broke the flame clock. How does it feel to have all that taken away from you? You'd better pick up the pace, or my little monsters will flock to you like a free meal.
It's the smoke. Put out the fire. Stop the smoke.
Yeah, that seems like we did it to ourselves.
Oh. I think it's a little late for that.
I had my doubts, but I never thought you were so brazen as to do this openly.
Like, she requested us to help with it, too.
When you crush and burn those plants, they make the most irresistible aroma for monsters.
So you lied about getting rid of them.
I said that nuisances had to be removed. Who said anything about monsters?
I thought you said that. I thought you said monsters. Either way, like, she was very open about it attracts the monsters.
I was hoping to remove everyone save little Junebug here, and make way for new growth in the forest.
You don't have to spout a load of shite, you know that.
I was hoping to see them savaged by hungry beasts, but oh well. Your efforts have managed to ruin a perfectly good tragedy. Again.
Again?
Did I not mention? Not a few days ago, I recall that you intervened. I was hoping to cull some fruitlings before their homecoming.
Ah! The monsters from before.
Yes, that's it. That's the way. It's the monsters that you encountered on that fateful day. The very same.
Yeah, I remember that. They did look familiar.
Yes, I led them there myself. If they had feasted on your husks, I could have thrown them into the colony and given you such a fright.
Why? Why would you think of doing such an awful thing?
I took you to be smarter than this, Junebug. Be a dear and fire up those synapses for me. Colony Tower was ready to accept their fate. I settled on the monsters as the best way to deal with that. I thought perhaps if you were to see your friends torn apart before your very eyes, it might give you the stimulus you need.
You're beyond
When the flame clock was destroyed, and you were given the chance to live, you also came to fear death, and gained the ability to suffer, as you are doing right now. You've done well, my little Uro berries. Yes, indeed. The look on your faces is not something so easily reproduced. Ah, how long I've waited just to see those contortions. The perfect moment. Once matured, then savored. I'll not let you die easily. I shall see to that.
You consoles are all the same, aren't you? How can you toy with people's lives like this? You think this is fun?
Oh, I just love teasing my favorite playthings. Is that really so difficult to understand? Well, it's been lovely talking to you, but I'm afraid time's getting on. If you despise me so much, slay my little pets and try taking me on yourselves.
Sure, why not? Figured it would lead up to that anyways. One more set.
Pretty much what I expected.
Easy peasy.
My, you really defeated them? All of them? Well, you're nothing if not tenacious.
If you stay away from our colony without interfering, just as you always have, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones.
Without interfering? You really are a model child, aren't you? I told you, I consider myself the assiduous type. Why do you think that so few make it to homecoming in this pit that none know about or care about? Why do you think there are few threats to your colony, yet your flame clock teeters on the brink of collapse?
Well,
let me explain it to you in simple terms that even you will be able to understand. I made it that way. It was by my design.
what?
You really are the lowest of the low!
I had the soldiers die when approaching their final term. I conceived your peculiar traditions, and I sent monsters to you. And when your numbers were culled just enough to maintain the colony, I sent you new recruits. When you lacked a source of life with which to fill the clock, I placed monsters of adequate strength for your succor. And it has all been for this moment. Ah, the length I went to, just for today.
I cannot begin to understand you.
Yeah, definitely someone who has very long since lost any concept of humanity.
Countless hours of painstaking effort went into this. But I am so very glad to have met a soul like yourself, little Junebug. Even your rage brings me delight. The fact that you want to kill me where I stand, even more rapturous. I shall contort your face into an expression of pure agony. I shall tear down all that you are.
The people of Colony Town have been fighting just to survive day to day. We won't allow you to have your way anymore. This ends here.
Yes, I suppose you're right. My actions are unforgivable. Come then, do your worst. If you don't kill me now...
You have to watch as I slaughter your precious colony Tau before your very eyes.
Do what we have to. It's another one of those winged ones, which are neat. Still way above level, so I don't expect any problems, even on hard. She does seem like just straight up, I don't know, is it sadism or is it something, it's like so inhuman of a concept. I don't really know entirely what to make of it.
our limit!
I'll show you.
No dominion over us!
Dance for me.
You won't get away!
And yeah, that did a bit.
More where that came from!
Okay, that's just a small area that got hit with that. Come on, come on, come on, come on. My goodness. And again. Of course, again.
More where that came from!
Dance me on.
Oh, even if it doesn't finish it off, I should be able to go to level 3, so basically finish off after the fact. Boost damage dealt to low HP enemies by... Doesn't even... Her stuff is so unuseful, I gotta be honest. Or their stuff. Juniper's is like non-binary, right? Just the voice is very feminine, and that's usually what gets me thinking of it as that. He wasn't quite in it. Whatever.
You can't stop this momentum.
That's it, humans. I'll burn you all to ash.
I just thought of a great idea.
That's fucking unfortunate. Oh, I guess I have to hope for... Whatever.
Check out what I've got in mind, alright? Coming right up!
Neither Uni nor Tyon. Have to hope for Noah to come back later so I can get a high damage percentage DPS attack off. The 50 percentage points is probably more useful in hard mode just because, yeah, you get more out of it, right? Okay, well, have to. If I want to get a... I guess it is still a DPS attack, so it is a positive at minimum.
You're in for it now. You're done.
It's probably too high to make work for that. Yeah. Still probably a good option.
I'll pave the way to victory.
Oh, I swear to good. Oh, just barely. Oh, just barely.
Time for the big one.
This isn't the end! This is the decider!
Man, I'm really underestimating how much of the bar I can do in damage now. That's way more than I thought would be left after. Like, I'm obviously not doing great damage, given Juniper's sort of meh on that front.
Let me give you a taste this!
Keep pushing them. Right on time. I'm serious. With you, Noah, I can fight on. Time for the full 20. Let's before you.
I'll keep us closer!
I'll bring you down. No question.
You won't get
Come on
away!
now.
We're near our limit!
Right about there. Come on, just a little bit more. A little bit more.
Got it all covered!
There it is.
Well, then, it looks like it's my loss. You've such power, my Ouroboros.
Consul you.
Oh, yes. Now that right there is the face I wanted to see. I'm afraid I won't be dying here alone. I'm going to kill off all your dear sweet friends, one by one. You will remember exactly how they died, and you will regret it every waking moment. Cursing your own ineptitude, wishing you'd done more. Avenged though they were, aimless anger will consume you. How very exquisite the look on your face will be then.
She's lost the plot. Big time.
This was our victory. You don't need to listen to this.
It sounds like
Colony Tau.
What about them?
We made a promise that we'd survive. And so, the Consul's twisted games are something I cannot entertain.
Junebug, so you really can make a face like that too.
gotta be honest.
And now I must wonder, did I do the right thing in the end?
Yes.
I think that's what life is all about. Searching to find that answer.
Yes. How true.
She sounded like she was basically expositing her backstory onto us.
Thanks. Yet again. Feels like you're always saving our bacon.
That very much felt like the council was basically expositing her own regrets in life, and her only way of dealing with that was to force everyone else to undergo the same. It's like when you say to someone like there's like some older person and they're like, well, back in my day we had to, and then your response should always be, wouldn't you prefer for a better life, for life to advance to a higher state of enjoyment that people can enjoy it through? And then they're like, no, I don't want that because I didn't get it. Fuck everyone who comes after me. That's what she sounded like to me. Those bitter people that are against social and otherwise that sort of progress because they didn't get to live with that progress themselves. That they want everyone else to deal with the same suffering they did because they feel as though the only way they can rationalize the fact that they went through it is to assume that everyone is obligated to go through it and no one else could ever hope or deserve better. That's what she reminded me of.
Now, none of that. We're all mates now, remember?
Yeah, Lance is right. We're all in this together.
Juniper, what's wrong?
Life is cruel, isn't it? Just when I stopped waiting for death and began to live for myself. Why must it be so hard? It's just as the consul said, expecting death would have been so much easier.
You're not wrong. It's not easy. And it never will be.
Sure, but it's still a sight better than doing sparkle and giving up.
That's also true. You're right. Life is a struggle, but I think I'd like to go on fighting for a little while longer at least.
Nah, you've got to dream bigger. Fight until the bitter end.
Perhaps I should. Even without a consul, our goal remains the same.
That's right. And we've got to start by harvesting the crops.
Right, yes. We have our hands full as it is trying to look after ourselves right now.
Sure. Well, if you ever find yourself having a hard time, we'll be there to help.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, and see you soon.
It's a very interesting dichotomy. It's the funniest part is we basically just did it to ourselves, right?
Feels good,
Still
doesn't
find
it?
that sort of hilarious. Well, I think I'm going to end it there. Interesting little story Juniper had. So, next time I'll be back and probably do tie-on side story. So, I'll see you then. Drive safely, everyone.